going all the way up. Yeah. I'm gonna turn this bitch all the way up. Hey, Brandon, I'm on the block with that heavy. On the block with that heavy. Watch out for cops that pull up in them Chevys. Whip out the crack, my main trap, her name Betty. These niggas don't want no smoke on my body. Gucci and Louis can't do no Zanati. Bad bitch on me look like she hang with Kylie. I used to fuck with a bitch, hang with Kylie. On the real, I think that bitch live in Cali. My boy shot the pot of the flower that Kylie. Yeah. I could've been a stylist. I remember when the boys used to dollars. I got a girl that trap like she from Dallas. I got so much money, need an accountant. She said
What's up, guys? Welcome to the NFL episode of the Sideline Surge. We are in week 15, I want to say. Yeah, 15. Um, we're going into some pretty exciting matchups, such as the Steelers versus the Eagles. It's the only one I see
Boo.
here.
That's actually a good matchup.
Buccaneers versus Chargers. Wait, no. Bills versus Lions.
What is it? Let's see.
Bills
Ooh.
versus Lions.
Ooh.
Lions
Damn.
win. Lions
Lions.
win.
That's not a competition, bro.
NFC domination. Lions win.
That's
Bro,
not a competition, bro.
I'm loving that Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery are like Sonic and Knuckles. I did you see the promotion thing that they did? It's so funny. Like with the shoes and everything. It's so cool. I want a friendship like theirs.
This man, bro. What is he doing, bro?
I don't know what he's doing. I think we should just move on. Accept the reality that he's not here anymore. Do you think the Chiefs lose to the Browns, or is it gonna be more dark magic?
Next question, bro.
Okay. Who do you think wins Steelers versus Eagles?
Steelers.
Steelers?
Steelers are winning, bro.
I'm liking this. Russell Wilson is now what, like 4-1 on the season, I
It's
think.
not even him, bro. If you can stop the Ravens from scoring that much and your
Yeah.
kickers playing that good, the Eagles won't be a problem, bro. They
hmm
can literally stop Saquon, and then there won't be a problem for there because their defense is already good passing wise. Like they don't have to worry about that, bro.
Yeah. Do you think they'll be able to beat the Chiefs as well later on? I think that's like the Week 16 matchup.
They're gonna beat Chiefs, bro. If we already know if they don't beat Chiefs, it's something that happened during the game, bro. It's inevitable at this point.
What else? Buccaneers, Chargers. I want to say that Chargers win, but would you think that the Buccaneers have a chance to beat them?
Bucks are possibly not winning another great matchup for the rest of the season. So
Would you like as the Buccaneers with all their injuries, would you tank or would you still try to make it to the playoffs?
just tank, bro. There's no point. You literally have to line yourself up with the draft and tank because that's all you can do, especially for the future of the program. You already have an old Mike Evans and you have a few old players on the team. There's no point in you even trying to make playoffs at this point, especially for a lot
Yeah.
of people that's injury prone.
What else here? I really want to see Bryce Young just fuck up the Cowboys. Honestly, I'm praying. My hate watch,
Yeah.
bro. My hate watch.
Attaboy, Bryce.
I need the Cowboys to lose.
Bro, Cowboys are gonna not, bro. They suck.
And then who
Cowboys.
else?
You know what? I'm gonna say Panthers upset Cowboys. Let's go.
Also, Colts versus Broncos.
Broncos.
Broncos win, right? Yeah.
Right.
It's easy. It's like pretty clear matchups besides maybe like the Chiefs, Browns, Steelers, Eagles. But even then, like we
Did
can,
it?
I think we can comfortably say Steelers win that, and then like Browns, Chiefs. Like I would want to say Browns win, but like we all know that like the Chiefs are gonna pull some shit.
Yeah. Didn't AR5, is he injured or did he get benched?
Who?
AR5.
No,
Uh,
he's not injured.
I don't know.
But is he benched?
He hasn't been injured for a few weeks now, but he hasn't been playing the best. So I don't know what's going on with him.
Hold on, I'm switching up. Quick Google.
Me either.
Da-da-da-da.
Oh,
Anthony
another good game
Richardson.
is or kind of good game is
Uh,
Packers and Seahawks. Kind of a good game. That could be potentially a
You
good
say
game.
Packers and Seahawks, bro?
That could be a good game, bro. Geno Smith
it
aired it
could
out to DK.
unless the Seahawks just get bent over again. But like it could.
Or it's it's it's
We're
it's
on a
weird.
run. We're 4-1 right now. Or we've
It's
no, sorry. We've
yeah,
lost our past 4 games. Like we're on a run right now.
but they're 8-5 and Packers are 9-4, and it's weird because Seahawks can do really good and then do terrible in another game.
Is a
Okay, but
problem
you
with
could say the same thing about the Bills then, with especially the Rams. Bills losing to the
No,
Rams, and then
yeah,
Rams are literally barely beating the
yeah
49ers. You could say the
the
same thing
Bills
then.
the Bills
That's
only
not,
lost three
no, bro.
games though. This is 5 games.
the NFC. The
Bro, we're
thing
not
with the
talking about.
NFC.
I'm not. No, I'm not talking about records. I'm talking about them actually performing. Because if we're
Yeah,
talking about pass, then we can't say anything about that because that can go either way, especially with Bills literally lost to the Rams and then Rams barely beat 49ers. And then Rams haven't even been playing that good on top of it compared to the Seahawks. They started the season 3-0, then lost 3 games straight. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you can't really say anything about them having like them going on a streak like that because it could easily be broken by a team that you wouldn't expect. So that's why records don't really matter too much until it's time for playoffs.
The thing is the with the NFC West, just in general, it's like the most schizo division in the NFL, or at least the NFC, because like all the teams, just like in theory, they're all good, but in practice, like they are very inconsistent. Like we saw the Rams beat the Bills, yes, but then like you said, they struggled against the 49ers. We saw like the Seahawks having like on and off runs just like randomly throughout the season. Like we lost to the Giants, who are tanking right now, and we're top of the division. And the Cardinals are also like pretty competitive, but then like they lost twice to the Seahawks. So like it's just weird. It's very strange. But I think with the NFC, I think the NFC is the one competitive. Not that the AFC isn't competitive, but like the NFC is a little bit more competitive just because of the NFC North. Like I think the NFC North is like no other division right now. The fact that all 4 teams have like a mathematical chance of being in the playoffs is crazy to me. And same with like at least the top two of both the NFC East and the NFC South are like decent. Like the NFC South, yes, they have bad records, but like we said, like performance wise, we've seen like good things like in certain points of the season. But the NFC South especially has dealt with a lot of injuries. Like all the Buccaneers, Falcons, and Saints have all dealt with injuries this season. Um, and I think that's hurt like the NFC South a lot. And then with the NFC East, like is that division that like with the Cowboys and the Giants, they like each year like they get disappointed, and then the Commanders I think came out like really well this like at the start of the season, and now they've kind of been struggling, and the Eagles are the only ones that have kind of picked it up after like a shaky start. And then with like the AFC, the AFC East is really just the Bills. The AFC North at least like all 4 teams are like decent. I will give the North like some credit. The AFC
Mm.
South is like maybe just the top 2 teams, but even they have struggled a lot. Like CJ Stroud is having like a huge sophomore slump this year, and the AFC West is like the top 3 teams are okay, but we all know that the Chiefs should not be ranked that high. Like the Chiefs should not have the record that they have right now. And I mean the Chargers and the Broncos are good, but like they're still building up. Like they're not at their best. Like I think the Chargers and the Broncos could be much better than they are right now.
The difference between both conferences is that a lot of people say NFC is that's like the dark side of it. Is so many teams that have a chance of making playoffs and all that, but people don't understand that. And AFC is totally different. You literally have your all your good teams, and then you have all your bad teams. That's exactly how it is, bro. It's
Yeah,
not like NFC where you have, even though some teams are injured, most teams are competitive.
it's a free
AFC
for all.
is not super competitive like NFC. That's literally the only thing. If they were both competitive, guaranteed some of the top teams we would see and both conferences right now, they probably wouldn't even have the records they have if every team actually tried, even if
Yeah.
they weren't that good. That's the only difference because it's like, bro, you already have teams that have pretty much struggled for the past few years. They're not going to be able to turn on the switch and it just easily be able to dominate like out of nowhere compared to teams that have been good in recent years, but now they're just going back due to injuries and then also like a few player issues. So obviously NFC is going to be a little bit more competitive, especially with NFC West. Seahawks in recent years they haven't been terrible.
Yeah.
You already have the Rams in recent years. They won a Super Bowl. Then you have even the Cardinals. Cardinals, they've started to build up recently off of I want to say the past 3 years after especially after they lost DeAndre Hopkins. So that's obviously going to build up as well. And then even with 49ers, they're just a huge injury prone team. So
Yeah.
it's not even a
But they've
skill
still
issue.
gone to
That's
like
why it's
two.
different.
They've still gone to like two Super Bowls. Like they played like against the Eagles that won NFC Championship with like Christian McCaffrey as their quarterback because all their quarterbacks were injured. Like is for the 49ers it's just injury problems.
I
Yeah.
mean, but even then, with 49ers, is not. It is an injury problem. It's just that you can see that egos are a huge thing for them, bro.
Yeah.
We can literally
Yeah.
see how Debo in recent years his ego has grown way too much, and it's honestly slowing him down. Because it's like, bro,
Oh,
you is Debo. I'll put it this way: Debo is the James Harden of the NFL.
yeah.
Literally as soon as he got
Even
into the
count
league,
those.
he was that good and all that. He was in perfect condition and everything. And then as it started to slow down, as he started to get injured, as other problems in his life started to go on, we can see how his build starts to get bigger. He starts to drop passes. He starts to be
Yeah.
slower. He can't get open
Yeah.
on routes anymore. That's basically how it is for Debo. That's why I was saying like even though they have the skill, it's just like overall as a team, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. That's really what the problem is because you can't be a team like 49ers and then just be horrible out of nowhere. That's not how it works, bro.
Yeah.
Did you see Devondre Campbell got cut today after he refused to go on the field yesterday?
Bound to happen.
Yeah.
Bound to happen.
Like
Even what's his
speaking of
name?
you, like since you were just talking about Eagles, I thought it was good to bring that up. But yeah, let's the three teams that have clinched playoff spots so far have been the Chiefs and the Bills in the AFC and the Lions and the Eagles in the NFC, which is almost perfectly, no, not almost. It's almost lining up with what you and I said, Semaj, early in the year. What was the four teams we said? It was Steelers, Ravens, Lions, Eagles? I think so.
No, I said Bills, Ravens, and then Lions and the Eagles.
Okay.
Y'all
So
forget about the
it's
Vikings in
lining
the
up
NFC.
except the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean the only reason why it's Ravens though is because Ravens they're on average right now with a few other teams. If
Yeah.
they were playing better than they would, then they would for sure be in that spot. But
Their
and
defense has
even then
struggled
with
too.
yeah, that's what it really is. Like if defense locked up for them, then they wouldn't have a problem struggling right now.
What were you saying, Lorenzo?
I was
That
talking about Vikings.
Oh,
that for
Vikings.
the
I
the,
mean,
yeah,
I
the
don't
NFC
disagree.
player was
They're not
talking like the
bad.
Lions
They're
and the
good.
Eagles, Vikings.
I don't disagree with that. The Vikings
Is
are
it their
good.
only loss against the Lions?
Lions and someone else. They lost against someone else. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, well yeah, but they have a 11-2 record. Yeah, 11-2 record, and what's the Eagles record? Like four
Their
or
record
three?
is 11-2. They have the same record as the Vikings.
Okay, yeah. So those three teams, Lions, Eagles, Vikings, are yeah like the top three in the NFC, and then
The Vikings
AFC.
lost against the Rams. This is what I'm talking
Yeah,
about, bro. The Rams beat the Vikings. What the
Nah,
hell?
nah, now you see what I mean? I'm telling records don't matter, bro.
Schizo,
That's
bro.
literally why it's always a few teams that'll shock you, bro. Like it doesn't make sense. And
Everyone
that
forgets
was
that the
early in the
Rams
season
just
too.
won a Super Bowl. I feel like everyone forgets that the Rams just won a Super Bowl a few years ago.
I
Like
mean,
that
yeah,
was
but
not that
even
long
then,
ago.
it's pretty much a whole new offense. But besides Stafford, though, that's
Yeah.
why. Because
But like the
because even
offense
then,
has
it's
turned out
like
good. Flipping the Nakuda's a
it, bro.
beast,
No,
bro.
it's turned out good. But even then, big bro, beginning of the season, two of their star players, well, two of their receivers were hurt. Their star receivers
Yeah.
were hurt. So like that's literally what doesn't make sense. Because bro, you literally you beat the Vikings and your receivers are hurt, and then now weeks later when they come back, now you're barely even like, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But then you beat the Bills like it. Well, Rams is literally a hit or miss with the Rams, bro. They're so unpredictable.
I think it's crazy to me that the Panthers still have a chance of getting in. Like they're technically still in the hunt. Mathematically, them and the Bears can still get into the playoffs. Is that not
Nah,
insane to you?
no, no,
Mathematically, it
no,
is so possible. The only team
no,
that is like mathematically, out of the playoffs is the Giants.
bro. It's 7 teams that make playoffs, bro, in the East Conference that they're literally not getting in.
Yeah.
Like that, because if we're being honest, the Colts or even the Colts or the Dolphins will get in before the Panthers. You feel me? So it's like they literally have no chance at getting in. And that's still
Panthers are
betting
not in the
on
AFC. The Panthers are in the NFC.
not you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
teams
yeah.
like that, they have a chance at making it before other teams. Because like
Yeah,
even
like the
with
Falcons and the Buccaneers are getting in before the Panthers. Like there's
yeah,
no
that's
way
what
they're
I'm
giving
like
their spots up.
they're literally not going to get in, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
it's bound for them to pretty much tank the rest of the season and then have a high pick. That they're
Yeah.
not making playoffs at all, bro. You have what 10 loss? Come on, bro. No, bro.
In the AFC, the teams that have been eliminated are Browns, Jaguars, Jets, Titans, Patriots, Raiders. So like a lot more teams, but they're also like just tanking.
You're not gonna turn on the light, bro.
We're talking about
New setup.
these are lights, bro. Look set up. Look set up, guys. Nah, I had to move because it was loud downstairs.
That's fine.
What
We're
else,
probably about
Semaj?
to
You don't
end
like it, bro?
anyways.
You don't like lights?
I
Bro,
think
I can't see you. That's not what I'm talking
Where's your
about.
Christmas spirit, Semaj?
You wanna see the 12-foot Christmas tree downstairs? I got Christmas spirit, bro.
I
Relax.
would love to see it, please.
to end up not right now. I think to end off on this episode, I think we should go back to our earlier conversation this year tomorrow. Do you remember that we said like who has been the most disappointing and like who has been the most surprising team? I think
Um,
we should go back to that. Who now, like after we're almost to the end of the season, who is like your most surprising team and your most disappointing team? Starting with Lorenzo.
okay. All right.
One team each, one
Surprise.
team each.
Yeah. Surprising team, meaning like surprisingly bad or surprisingly good?
Surprisingly good. Disappointing is a surprisingly bad.
Okay, cool. Um, I don't want to say Lions because even from last year, even though they're 11-4 or they finished 12-4, they were still amazing. Just that this year they've improved. So I'm not gonna say surprisingly. Oh, I will say the Packers. The Packers have been surprising. Or I change it. Never mind. Vikings. Boom, done. Vikings. I changed it. Sorry, Vikings. Official. Is my surprising team for being good because no one expected Sam Darnold to be this Pro Bowl quarterback out of nowhere. He's been doing amazing. He's for sure gonna be expecting a contract, and they're gonna give it to him, a fat one. But yeah, surprisingly good is the Vikings. What was the other one?
Disappointing.
Disappointing.
Like surprisingly bad.
Yeah, disappointing. I'm trying to think of who had a good team or looked like they had a good team, but I would say the 49ers because even though they have a good team and they have all the pieces just like how they did last year, like Emil said and Samaj that they've been going through injuries and like Samaj said that Debo's not really happy with the organization and he's kind of turning to a James Harden that they just if they had it all together they'd be the 49ers, which is unstoppable. No one would stop them. But they're dealing with all these injuries and just drama in total. It's been very bad for them the whole season. So obviously that's very disappointing.
You too
And we
much?
will probably not be seeing them in the playoffs.
Mm.
Most definitely not.
You too much?
Um, surprising. I don't even. That's surprisingly good. That's kind of difficult. Only because it's like you have a solid 3 teams that you could really pick. I'll say probably right for third. I'll probably say Commanders because it's so soon for them to be playing this good right away, especially with a
Yeah.
rookie quarterback. And then right after, I would probably say
Only one team.
No, I'm not number one would be the number one team, idiot. Oh my, like what's wrong with this man, bro? I
So
literally
the
said
so the
third,
next
bro.
okay, whatever.
The second, honestly, I'll say Bills. Reason why I say that is because like even though you
Mm.
have Josh Allen, it's like bro, the almost the whole team is pretty much gone apart. A lot of their defense has literally went to a whole bunch of other places.
Oh, but
You
the
feel me?
10
So
and
it's like
3.
right, but that's at the same time it's like bro, compared to last year, almost the whole team is pretty practically brand new besides like the O
Yeah,
line and then a
yeah,
few receivers. You know what I'm saying? And then even with James Cook as running back. That's why it's like with them, their chemistry was that good right away. They could just snap into it. But
yeah.
number one, obviously, is Packers, bro. That's honestly insane because it's like, bro, even from last year, Jordan Love, great quarterback, but like, bro, we a lot of people don't even know who's on the Packers. Like, they can't name
Yeah.
more than like two people. You know what I'm
On
saying? So
paper,
it's like
wait.
you having freaking Packers just dominate right away is honestly crazy. For a disappointing, bro, 49ers take that. What they take everything, bro. That's honestly crazy. It's basically same team as last year, but now they're doing horrible, bro.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
It's been really strange.
It's sad, bro. I feel bad for mom, though.
I think my my surprisingly good team this year, if I gotta name one, honestly, I'm between actually no. I think it's the Steelers. I think the Steelers have come out surprisingly well. And what surprised me is that they did well under both Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. And I think for me, that means two things. That means Mike Tomlin can still coach because I know like a lot of people were questioning his ability because he's gone multiple seasons with like just barely making it to the playoffs, like barely having like a positive record type of thing. And like this kind of proved that like the coaching as well because to be able to have two quarterbacks on your team and both of them play well after Russell Wilson had like a terrible season at the Broncos and Justin Fields had a terrible season at the Bears. I think it speaks a lot to the coaching and to the quarterbacks, obviously. And I think the Steelers have been really surprisingly good this year. My disappointing team, I think, even though they are top of the division, my disappointing team is the Texans because I really expected them to be much better than they are right now. Like they should have clinched the playoff spot right now, in my opinion. Like they should be playing much better than they are, and they haven't lived up to the hype that they got last year with CJ Stroud. And I think that's a worry that I have for Jaden Daniels, that he might go through a sophomore slump next year. And I think that the Commanders would do well to use the Texans and CJ Stroud as kind of like a warning sign that like even if a quarterback is really good their rookie year, you have to kind of maintain that momentum going forward. But yeah,
I don't know. I mean, but I told you this a few weeks ago. Like Texans, we can literally look at every team that's had a rookie quarterback start, and we can see how they probably had a great first season, and then next season they're always not
sophomore
the
slump,
best.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like that, it was literally bound to happen because I could already tell. Like once season started, I already knew Texans wasn't going to be that good. They even
Yeah.
though they should have. I like something was literally telling me like they're not going to be as good as
But
they
they,
really should be because
they,
like it's not even as a skill thing, bro. It's like they've gotten comfortable. That's the problem.
yeah,
Like, is they're trying to run the same thing over and over. They're trying to keep the same concept every game. You can't do that against everybody, bro. Because we've seen it when they played the Lions. They try to use the same exact game plan against other teams. But we already know that's not going to go well when you have a great team like that. Especially because now, bro, you already have Stephon Diggs out for the season. Then before that, you had Nico out for a few weeks, and then even with that, you had Tank Dell being in and out questionable almost every game. So it's like you got to build around that, bro. You can't rely
yeah.
on just those three players.
But I mean, also like Justin Fields, um, who else? I was gonna say Justin Fields like had a really bad first season, and then going forward he had a better season. Same with Bryce Young. Like I know the Panthers are really low, right? Like they're 3-10, but like Bryce Young, you've really seen an improvement in his game this year compared to last year. Um, Same with Sam Darnold. That like his first few years were not good, and now he's like doing very well compared to before. But yeah, like
It's
it's
just a
kind of like
confidence
a
thing,
vice
to be
versa.
honest.
Yeah, it's like a vice
Yeah,
versa effect.
it's a confidence thing, bro.
I
Like
mean, less there's
we
less
we've already seen it
expectations.
happen. Yeah, that's true. I mean, but even them expectations don't really mean anything, bro. You could meet those expectations, and some people are still gonna be disappointed. That's what
Yeah,
the problem really is, bro. That's why so many people expected Bryce Young to be crazy, but yet they didn't develop him right until now. When now they're figuring out basically a season and a half later, they're actually knowing what to do with him. That's what they got to do with CJ Stroud. And then
yeah,
even back to piggyback off what you said with the Steelers, that's what Mike Tomlin did. Mike Tomlin for 15 years straight has always had above 500 season. He's always been 9-8 or around there almost
yeah,
every single season. So it's like now when you have an arsenal night and you as a coach already know what to do with them. That's pretty much icing on the cake, bro. Like it's that
yeah,
easy for you. So it's like that's why with Steelers, I've never like been disappointed by Steelers ever. Like I've never doubted them because at some
yeah,
point Steelers are going to be that team that everybody's going to be talking about. That's just literally just how it is. And at some point it could even be the Texans or the Packers or Panthers.
yeah.
Is that it takes time to develop, right? It's not going to happen and it's not.
The thing about the Steelers though, um, they deserve what they're doing right now because they're playing very well. But I don't think anyone expected that Justin Fields would play as good as he did this year, and that Russell Wilson would then replace him when he got out of his injury and play just as well, if not better, than Justin Fields did. And that's why they're my surprisingly good team. But yeah, it's a nice episode, guys. We're doing good on time. Um, I won't be able to record after this because I'm gonna be busy as hell. So I'm gonna need y'all to like spare me, please. But yeah,
All
thank you
right.
guys for watching. This has been the Sideline Surge NFL Podcast, week 15. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Everyone say bye.